Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of calculating personal budget. This is standard 7.13b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 16 off the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So Mr. Russo's got a personal monthly budget here. $450 is being spent on food. Interesting. And that's it. That's all we have. So we need to go from that to the total monthly budget. All right. So we've got this. Food is 15%. And we know that that equals $450. So that's all we have. That's the only clue. So 15% equals that $450. Well, how do we get the total? Well, let's see if we can do what we do most often in 7th grade, and let's make a proportion. All right? So I'm looking for the total monthly budget. Well, when I am making a fraction, typically it is going to be the amount of a certain thing over the total. Okay? So I'm just going to make this a fraction because I'm looking for the total amount of money. So that's going to be, I'll call it X. So I've got a fraction. So my $450 is the food over X total. But in order to make this proportion, I need my other side to also be a fraction, right? And then I can do cross multiplication. You know what? I've got 15%. So 15% I know is the same as if I move my decimal over once, twice. 0.15, which is really 15 hundredths. Now look what I've got. I've got a proportion. So 15 over 100 equals 450 over X. All right, so we know that since it is a proportion, we can use cross multiplication. So 15X is going to equal 100 times 450. All right, so that 15x is going to equal, I'm just going to put 450, and then I know my pattern is I just get to add those two extra zeros. Wow, 45,000. Okay, that seems like it could be right. So in order to isolate the x, I need to divide both sides by 15. All right, so 15 goes into 45,000. So 15 goes into 45 3 times evenly. Now I just need to make sure I add the correct number of zeros. So that's 0, bringing it down one at a time. So that goes into 0, and then one more. There we go. All right, so could be 3,000, which is one of my answer choices. But let's double check. It says that 15%, so my total down here, I'm thinking is $3,000. How do I double check? Well, it said that 15% of that 3,000 equals 450. So let's verify. So 15% of 3,000. Right, so I've got a few options there. I can do another proportion, but I also know that 15% is the same as 0.15, right? It's a decimal, and that means multiplication. So let me multiply this 3,000 by 0.15, which is the same as 15%. See if I get back to that 450. 0, 0, 0, 15. Then I've got 0, 0, 0, 3, add it up, there's my 45, 3 zeros, and I've got 2 digits behind the decimal, so I need 2 digits behind the decimal right there, and there we go, look at that, 450. All right, so I did get back to this 450 that they gave us, so I am confident that is my correct answer. So after all that work, our answer here is A, 3,000.